A historic moment on the Korean border earlier, and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in shook hands as each stood on either side of the line that separates the two countries. This moment is a symbolic move, then a symbolic move. Moon briefly joined Kim on the northern side before both leaders stepped over onto the southern side. Now we want to take you live right now in the North Korea and Southern Korean summit in Islan. This is near the DMZ. That is where President Moon actually just finished up kind of debriefing the summit as things ended here. And this morning I'm joined by Dr. Laura Lerman. She's a political science professor at Wright State University. And Dr. Lerman, how big is this significance that's happening? We're watching this live right now from the Korean Peninsula. It's pretty incredible.
This is a big day. It truly is. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of significance. It's just the beginning.
Right.
The beginnings are important, but this is the first meeting between these two leaders, personally. It's also only the third time since the end of the Korean War that the leaders of North Korea and South Korea have gotten together. So I think we overuse historic, but today is an historic day.
It's kind of, we were talking about, obviously, we wanted to take a listen into the president's speech, but we weren't able to because it was all in Korean. What do you think he was talking about in that moment?
This is very important for Moon Jae-in, and he has grown up completely impacted by this division. He's also been a peace fighter. He has served at the DMZ, and he, I'm sure, is highlighting the unity between North Korea and South Korea. He's highlighting the historic significance of the moment, and he wants to show that North Korea and South Korea are prepared to move forward. The devil's in the details on what that means. There is significant talk that they're moving toward the end of the Korean. There's going to be a meeting on July 27th that was just announced this morning. That is the 65th anniversary of the signing of the armistice of the Korean War. Remember, the Korean War did not end with a peace treaty. It just ended with an armistice, which is a temporary ending of hostilities. This is very big news.
Which is absolutely incredible. And you mentioned earlier when we were talking that on July 27th, the U.S. and China need to be involved in that peace treaty.
They do, because the armistice was signed not by South Korea. It was signed by the United States on behalf of the UN High Command, the North Koreans, and the Chinese. So they all need to be involved in this if this is going to come to fruition and if we're going to formally declare a cessation, a formal cessation of the end of hostilities of the Korean War.
And this is sort of all developing overnight for us because obviously you started watching the news around 4 a.m. This morning to kind of get an update on everything. But obviously it's later in the evening there. What do you think this actually means for the potential Kim and Trump summit that we keep hearing about at this point?
This makes the summit between President Trump and Chairman Kim even more significant because these details are unfolding. Just think about the conversations we had a couple months ago. We would have never seen any of this happening. And the discussion about denuclearization, which was raised this morning as part of the declaration on the DMZ. Denuclearization, what does it mean? Trump and the United States have one form of denuclearization, complete, verifiable, irreversible denuclearization. Today what was discussed was denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Does that include the United States withdrawing the nuclear umbrella that protects our allies, South Korea and Japan? What does this mean? So all of these are the details that are need to be hammered out before that extremely important summit takes place. But I think this morning makes that summit between President Trump and Chairman Kim even more significant. We still don't know when it's going to take place. We still don't know where it's going to take place. Current word is that it's going to take place in Singapore, but that keeps shifting.
Do you think that some good news will come out of that summit? It will be something that will be good for the two countries?
I hope so, and I believe there will be some good news. We hope that the 3 Americans who are being held in North Korea, that they will be released as a sign of a gesture and an extremely important act that North Korea is actually sincere moving forward. We have to be careful, though, with the euphoria, because we've been here before. North Korea has pledged to denuclearize twice, 1992, 2005. We've also had these highly symbolic meetings between the leaders, holding their arms up high of North Korea and South Korea. So we have to be careful with and temper our expectations. But let's be hopeful that something good can come out of today's meeting and out of the Trump-Kim meeting and of this July 27th meeting that was just announced.
Again, like you said, the devil is in the details right now,
Absolutely.
Right? All right, Dr. Laura Lerman, thank you so much from Wright State University coming in and talking to us about this. A lot of developing news with North Korea and the U.S. and South Korea happening overnight. Thank you so much.